The global financial crisis might be over, but we are a long way to recovery. At least that's the general prevailing thought. Things looking very uncertain, and CEOs less than optimistic about exactly where we are in economies versus markets making a huge comeback. So that's the big question. Road to recovery. When will we get back to higher growth, stable growth, and higher employment? I've got a very eminent panel with me. I'm going to begin from my left. So Andrew Likierman is the Dean at London Business School, also in a private capacity, the Executive Director at Barclays. Janmejaya Sinha is the Senior Partner and Managing Director at the Boston Consulting Group. And finally, we've got Bharat Doshi, the Group CFO at Mahindra Mahindra. Great to have you all here, gentlemen. I'm going to begin with one question, which I'm going to put to all of you. When people talk about 2008, they talk about a black swan event. When they talk about 2013, they talk about a series of grey swans. So there's still a lot of risks here to the road to recovery.
Absolutely, but then grey swans are the normal in world economics. And I don't think, therefore, we can equate 2013 with 2008. This does look to me like a bit of a recovery. It's certainly much less uncertain than it was at the time of Davos last year. So I'm an optimist in that respect.
Do you agree with that? Do you feel things are better than last year, or are they better in a certain part of the world?
So, I always find this discussion interesting, and sometimes I find myself very alone, because I look at 100-year periods and 10-year periods and 20-year periods, and actually there is a global reset taking place, with much of it being missed. I believe this is the best period in world history. I believe that there are things that are taking place today which are being missed, and being missed at their own peril. Of course, if we take it quarter to quarter or year to year, we will see different events. But what's going on is that there is a $15 trillion prize in front of companies to take in the next 7 years in Asia Pacific. In India itself, there is $2.6 trillion of consumption coming up in the next 7 years, not 10 years, not 20 years, but the next 7 years. It's a new middle class emerging. This $40,000 to $70,000 household income, which was what was considered the middle class, was the super rich in India. The $7,000 to $20,000 per capita, which is coming in, and those who are sniffing into this middle class are the ones who are going to determine the future. The companies that are coming out today, which didn't exist. India used to have $20 billion companies in 2000. It had 156 in 2010. It'll have 750 in 2020. Many of them are not born yet. A discussion on Europe, we can have a discussion on the fiscal cliff in the US, and in the US it's more of a political problem to my mind than an economic problem. So we can look at the world which way we want to, but the global reset that is taking place is not getting as much attention as it needs, and we need to go beyond the quarters and start looking at long-term trends, and the long-term trends are full of opportunities, but hard opportunities which companies will have to reset to take. It's not about the American consumer anymore.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.